like to ask you about how you choose your subject, which is one of the main point in your art, right?
Yeah, I think making art is artists of artists of art became freed of the church and the government. So then all of a sudden they had to deal with subject matter. So what you're talking about is what is the subject matter? What subject matter do you choose? And I think being an artist is about reporting about what it's like to be alive now. So I think in that sense, my choices of work are just about being alive now. I mean, it seems that somehow I always my subject matter, the older I get, gets more and more about politics and religion for sure. So it's kind of hard to avoid those things. I don't know. I think that's because I'm worried about the world I'm going to leave behind.
Mm.
So I think that
But
seems.
you are working, for example, with a Rembrandt X-ray.
Yeah, well, that's what's interesting about it is that someone explained to me one time. They said believing in God is believing in the invisible, and the X-rays are seeing the invisible. So,
Mm.
and there's also the whole idea that Walter Benjamin was talking about the loss of the aura, like in his famous essay, "The Art and Mechanical Age." And I thought this is really interesting to see the idea of that, to see the auras of these works. I think are really important. And I also found, looking at history, is there's that saying. I don't know if you have it in French. Those that don't know history are condemned to repeat it. And I think looking at history is really important, seeing how people did things, and I think that's really important. So, and
There's also this work about the Pop celebration.
downstairs in the basement, yeah.
Yeah,
That's because I don't like organized. I don't like organized religion. That drawing to me is like about secrecy, and like you can't see what they're doing. You just see them from behind. They're kind of like really weird animals. Like,
but there's one different.
because everybody, he's the one who's more expressive. Like, he's like the person, how kids wear their pants low. He's like the more expressive one.
But you choose this image or you invented this
It's
image?
it's both. All the work that I do is photographically based, but usually could never be a photograph. It's made of bits and pieces of photographs pieced together. I think that we think in photographs, so that's why I use the realistic images. But I think I exist somewhere between photorealism and modernist abstraction. I was somewhere between representation and modernism abstraction. So I think I'm in the middle someplace. I think when you make abstract art, you always look like representations of abstract art. So I think if you look really closely at my work, you realize how abstract it is. But even though you first look at it, we think in photographs. So.
And